Happy New Year! I know it's already halfway through January, but just ignore that because this is my first video of the year, so it's still technically New Year, right? The thing I love most about New Year is being reflective of the year that's just finished and thinking of what I've achieved and what I've succeeded at and what I need to improve on for the year to come. I know lots of people make New Year's resolutions and they set goals and targets of what they want to achieve in the coming year, so that will be a different video because I will be telling you my plans for the year. Today I thought I'd talk to you about what I think I achieved in 2016 because I didn't really think I'd achieved a lot. Like, I was just like, oh yeah, another year, been and gone, great. Then when I sat down and thought about it, I was like, oh, I've actually achieved quite a lot and I'm actually quite proud of myself. So I thought I'd share them with you and we can all revel in how 2016 was pretty alright for me personally. So that's good. Solid. Something you guys might not know about me is that I'm very career driven and I have quite a clear picture in my mind of where I want my career to go. So for the last 3 years I've just been working my socks off, we could say. So lots of these achievements I feel reflect that. So with that in mind, here are 10 of my 2016 achievements. The first achievement that really stands out in my head for me is when I did a week's work experience placement at the Star magazine in London, which is like a gossip magazine here in the UK. I transcribed interviews and wrote a couple of pieces, and then at the end of the week I was essentially rewarded by them saying, hey, Becca, good job, you've got your first printed byline in the next week's issue. And I was like, what the hell? That's so cool. And I've had bylines before, like online and stuff, but I've never had it printed saying my name next to the article. Like, that's just pretty cool. Like, it was only a small bit, but like, mind blown. My second achievement, I would say, is that I attended my first wedding and they asked me to be their videographer. I think it turned out really well and they were very happy with it, and I'm very happy with it considering it's my first time filming a wedding and first time editing a wedding. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty decent achievement. My third achievement, which is also career related, is that I completed a week's work experience at an independent publisher's in London just before Christmas, and it was in their publicity department, so I was helping out with press releases, fulfilling image requests for magazines. It kind of opened my mind a bit more to the world of work, so my career now maybe has another thread to it that I hadn't initially thought about. Something else that I think I've achieved is that I was nominated as the Promotions and Welfare Officer for my university show choir society, who are an amazing bunch of people. I love it, I love going to rehearsals, I love singing. There's like 70 of us in the choir, which is pretty amazing. It's the most fun ever, I love it. Sticking with the show choir theme, my fifth achievement is that I've been working on conquering my fear of singing in front of people. Now, I used to do musicals and stuff in the past and I've had solos and it's been fine. Like, I've been really nervous, but I've got through it and it's been fine. But I've never really sung as me. Like, that sounds weird, but like in a musical you're playing a character. So I always kind of used that to my advantage and used to kind of like hide behind that facade. Whereas when you're stood in front of a bar in front of all your friends, it feels very different. The elation you feel afterwards is great, and like singing with your friend, with a couple of your friends, like on something you've worked on, is just the best feeling ever. The sixth achievement I want to talk to you guys about is that I helped a freelance producer design a website for her feature film. And I don't really design anything normally. It was WordPress, so it wasn't rocket science, but it was my first experience of dealing with kind of like a client designer kind of relationship, which was a learning curve, and I learned a lot. It was interesting. And it's another line for the CV, as I always say. A big achievement that I think I've accomplished over the past year is that I started writing for an online student newspaper in January. I've had articles published on a more local basis as well as a national basis, and leading on from that I got contacted by the BBC, which I mentioned a couple of videos ago, and that's coming out on Monday. This Monday, 16th of January, 7:30, BBC One. If you're in BBC South East area, so like Sussex and Kent, you'll be able to watch it live on TV and you'll be able to see me, probably looking like a complete mug. So let's, fingers crossed, I don't. Otherwise, I'll put a link down here on Monday once it's out of where you can watch it on iPlayer if you're in the UK. Don't know if you can watch it abroad, but I'll let you know. Number 8 is that I had a radio show for 2 hours with my local radio station, and I've never thought about radio as a possible career at all. I got really good feedback from it though, so maybe it's even another thread to add to my career path, but I really enjoyed it and it was really bizarre, and when I listened to it back, it was just the most weird experience. Number 9 is that I survived my first year of university. It was a mammoth task, but I survived it, and I even managed to get a 2-1, and also, along with that, I started second year. So, I mean, university all round has been good. And my 10th and final achievement is that I turned 20, and I made it through my teenage years, and I think that's a pretty big achievement to have made. So, yay for me, I'm now an adult, supposedly. In theory. I mean, I'm not, and I probably never will be, but... So there are 10 things that I think I achieved in 2016. Please let me know in the comments below what you achieved. Thank you very much for watching, and I will hopefully see you soon, but I say that at the end of every video and then I leave it for like 2 months. So, I mean, we'll see.